we are inching closer to December 7th, and finally, the two biggest parties in Ghana, the NPP and NDC, have unveiled their running mates. For the NPP, it is Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, and for the NDC, it is Jane Nana Agyemang. Who do you think, and this is a question many are asking, who do you think is going to be a good vice president? And do you think they are competitive running mates enough to pull votes for either party? My name is King Kwaku Mensah. Welcome to GenZReacts. We have gathered here as Gen Zs at the Gen Z Community Center, Beehive inside Osu. And we are talking about elections, which is in December. And the running mates, the NPP and the NDC, have presented to Ghanaians. Let me start with you, Malise. Between Jane Nana Opoku and Napo, Dr. Matthew, who do you think is a good running mate? And who do you think has a better chance of being a vice president?
Okay, so comparing the two, let me take it from this point. Comparing the two, they have both served in both administrations. So Professor Jane Nana Agyemang served under Mahama's administration as the education minister.
Yeah.
Napo also served.
More like the same position, but in different
Exactly,
parties.
and during their time, they, brought some kind of reforms to the educational center.
Okay.
So that's on to the educational industry or whatever they call it. But on that level, they are the same.
Okay.
Right, I'll put them at the same. The workload, free SHS, then we had Jane Nana Agyemang also bringing, then changing the colleges of education to professional institutions and universities and all that. So for that, I'll give them, let's say, 1-1. So they are playing draw. When it comes to things I've seen so far, as both of them have been announced by the political parties as the running mate to their respective flag bearers, when it comes to political communication, Jane Nana Agyemang stands a far better chance than Napo. And I'm saying this with no apologies. Because, look, we live in a very sensitive and delicate society. Ghana is very sensitive when it comes to some issues. So I don't expect in your political communication, where you are supposed to talk to the grassroots, tell your policies or tell them why they should have trust in you and your incoming administration, should you be elected in the elections, and you go and mess things up by making,
Are you talking about the statement he made at the unveiling?
Exactly.
We'll come there.
Right. So I feel like political communication-wise, Professor Jane Nana Opoku stand a better chance than Napo, because we saw both unveiling and we can see the clear difference. It's not about noise. It's about communicating with the people.
Great. Khadija, how about you? Between Jane Nana Opoku and Napo, who do you think is going to make a better vice president?
For me, it's Jane Nana Opoku, because I love her for one. Because she's a very brilliant person. She has already a good track record. When I'm still in SHS, but then when I started school, she was in power. And I feel like the last time I went to school and felt like, yes, I am here to learn and I have a purpose here, was 2017, which was when she was out of it.
It wasn't in free SHS era?
Not at all. I am still in the free SHS era. And as we are speaking, I should be in school. But there is no difference between me being there and being here. Because if I was here, not a single teacher will make it to class.
Really? And how is that the fault of Napo or whatever policy?
Free SHS. You said you were going to give us free SHS. You didn't say you're not going to give us any quality education. Now we have free SHS. The teachers are not motivated to come. They always want tokens from our parents. I don't want to say anything. They always want tokens from, and if we don't give it to them,
they won't come.
That
is the fault of the teachers, right?
But
and they should be penalized.
If they were receiving what they need, if they were being given that from the government, why should they need it from us? We are supposed to have a free SHS system. But the only learning you do is when you pay for classes during vacation. So aren't you just still paying for something? And then you go to school and it's super uncomfortable. Financial deficit. You are standing. You have to write exams. You are sitting on the banisters of the classroom. We can't even fit in the classroom. I don't know what education is anymore. but we have an education minister. So for him, his track record is not an exemplary. It's just not it for me.
Great. So you chose Jane.
Yes.
Right. Walter, how about you?
Wow. I just want to say this. Shouts to Jane. She's, I've seen her speeches, very textbook. I like that. It's very nice. And I've also seen, Napo also, do his thing. And let me just take them one after the other. So for Napo, he's a good candidate for his party. Yes, he has, the grassroots coming from. I think he's an MP for Achim South, Menshia South. Yeah, so he's coming from the grassroots people. He represents the larger section of MPPs in Ghana, cute and all. But yeah, it's fine. It's good for his party. And then we have Jane, who they are pulling the gender card, which is cute. But I have a but. She's giving us more of a headmistress type of vibe, and I feel like they are putting her on there. She's appealing to only a certain class of women. I feel like she's not appealing to the market women and those people. And I say this, and I say this with proof, because if you go to the markets and you ask them who Jane Nana is, they might know, okay, she's representing NDC. That's all. They don't know anything about her. And I feel like what NDC is lacking is they should put her more into because that certain class of people you want to vote for you, they are not the ones who actually vote. Those who really vote are the market women, are the people, the Kayayes and all of that. And I think Jane should work on a lot of things for me. I feel like, fine, she's giving us a Kamala Harris. But I have this thing to say, and I know everybody come for me, but I don't give a toss about it. I feel like Jane wants to represent women, wants to represent the girl child. Yeah. But I feel like if you would do it, you have to do it well.
Is she not doing it right?
I just feel like we have to do something about the appearance. So I don't know if it's a wig or whatever, but the mesh has to go. And I'm not saying she should give us my hair, or maybe bone straight, or maybe how do you call goddess braids, because I know maybe she might have problem with her scar or something. I just feel like if you want to represent the girl child or the girls or the women, right? Give it to us. You are representing. She's giving me more of the Kamala Harris type of vibe.
You think appearance would work for her?
It would. Honestly, it would. I would not go
she
for
trying to represent ladies would mean
I'm not saying she should show skin.
No, not that. But she should appear well.
Absolutely. I just feel like she has to do something with. I know it's giving a male type of vibe.
That is easily solved with.
No,
anything.
Look, we are in 2024. You are coming to make history. Why don't you make history when you are looking good in it? Do you understand? I know everybody's going to come for me, but fashion doesn't matter. But it really does.
Exactly, that's the point that
you're raising. Do you know that Kwame Nkrumah's hairline is historic? Do you know that his hairline is historic? And it has a reason why he has a very historic hairline. Because you understand? So if you want to make history, give us an appearance that will make us wow us. I just feel like the whole mesh thing, and then also she's giving more of textbook type. I've seen her speeches, and it's she's reading for us. I feel like she should speak.
Well, she's vice chancellor, so
absolutely, which is good. But I feel like this is where the playing ground. Give it to us. Do you understand?
So answer my question: Jane or Napo?
Where's Cheddar? Yeah, I don't know. So far, for Napo, they don't even talk about him. The disrespect, the rudeness. Oh my God. I just feel like he's just good for his party. But I feel like if I were to be him, or anybody in his communication team should rather feel like he should come with, begging. Yeah. He should be begging Ghanaians, because already his party have taken us into a shit show. So we are expecting him to they should be apologizing to us. Not coming to our faces and calling out those people that have made it for us. Look, if I don't know Kwame Nkrumah, I've never met him before, but I know that the dam, the Akosombo dam, he has something to do with it. Okay. What has the NPP got to do with Ghana, aside free SHA, which is very questionable from what she's speaking of? So I just honestly feel like a little of Jane, but she has to work on the fashion. Yeah.
Okay, great. Dede, talk to me. So between Jane and Napo as running mates for the NDC and the NPP, who would you go for? Who would you vote for, actually?
I am going to be biased over here because I am a lady. I would go for Jane. Yes.
It looks like everybody is going for Jane.
Yes, first of all, she speaks a lot to us. And when you sit down to listen to most of her speeches, it actually aligns with development.
Okay.
She's an academia. Once a VC, Vice Chancellor for the UCC, the school. So with having Jane on the NDC team, it's actually taking them somewhere. They are going for a good drive.
Okay.
And also with Napo, things were not already working well with him.
He has worked as an education minister before and currently working as the energy minister.
Sorry, everything was, all what he did was work.
You don't think he has good portfolio to be a vice president?
If you are talking about our energy sector, did you experience the dooms or did you?
Did you draw your timetable?
Did you?
Did you?
Did you? And he even had the guts to even lie to us that we have light for like 2 weeks, no light out. That morning when he was lying, it was light out. He was so lying and smiling over it. That's so not fair.
So you wouldn't choose Napo over Jane? It's Jane for you?
Yes, I'm being biased over it. I'm going for a woman. And I know women also stand a chance in driving the nation forward. Women also deserve a space in the presidential seat.
This is a conversation that has started for a while now. People believe that the NDC pulling the Jane card last 4 years election and now still pulling the Jane card is a way to kind of win over ladies. Women, let me put it that way, women in the country, to have them vote for the NDC. Akpe, do you think the same, or you still think it's a good?
I see it beyond the political world. Look, I'm a lady, I'm a girl. I need someone to represent me, someone who can always motivate me, someone who is there you can look up to. It's high time, and I think the NDC is they are setting the way, they are making it right. Let me tell you this, okay, before I continue my point. Walter, you came with fashion today. I told you intelligence before fashion. Thank you. So, as a lady, I would always go for someone who can represent me and represent me well. We all know who Jane is. This is someone who is into academia. This is someone, I have seen her speak to market women and they are super happy to have her. So I don't know what Walter was talking about. I was patiently waiting for my chance to tell him something. Bro, you need some sense, man. Seriously.
Should I kind of speak? I feel like one thing, not to cut you, but like I feel like one thing.
You just cut her.
Sorry. I feel like one thing that we get us swayed with is when people use intellectual talk to get us. That's what Makufado did. And that's what he got us into this shit show. We are using intellectual conversations.
So you think it's not working, so now we should try fashion.
I'm not saying we should try fashion. Initially, I made mention of, that both of them, their track record.
Yeah.
I said clearly that, regardless, the nigga that's Napo. Keeps fine nickname, but Napo, not really working for him because he has to work on how he speaks to people.
Yeah.
And I feel like he should learn that from Mahama. You should take a note from Mahama on that. Yeah. But I just feel like, what's her name? Jane. Absolutely, I like her and everything. I just feel like she's only representing a certain class of women.
Okay.
And
not every woman.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I think it's not true. I mean, she's an elderly woman, and in that class of people, they have a way they dress. I mean, you don't expect someone who is old enough to be dressing like a Gen Z. She doesn't have to dress.
Have you seen Diana Samoa?
Oh, come on. We have brands we are building. That's her brand. Jane's brand is not to... She ain't about dressing. She's about... You get it.
And Walter, it's not as if she dresses that bad.
Yeah,
that's why I said I don't want her to show skin. Let's use Kamala Harris as the
yardstick.
Exactly. Kamala isn't showing skin, but Kamala is presentable every single day. Not to say our African print and all of those things are not presentable, but there's a way you can do it that will give regardless. Guys, hear me out.
We are talking about culture and identity here. Culture matters, identity, bro.
So a typical example of, if I'm to help you,
absolutely,
a typical example of a lady in politics that dresses so well would be Samira Bawumia. if you think.
Fair, yeah.
If you would say. I mean, you are talking about African print and all those kind of stuff. She looks good in them.
Yeah.
So you think Jane should pick a point or two from that?
She has to, why not? Yeah.
I mean, Samira is a younger person. We've always want someone, ladies out there, doing bigger, taking positions that men can. And here is a lady you are talking about her dressing. Are you kidding me? Are you being for real?
What I don't think you are in a right position right now because the two of them sandwiching you. Thank you so much. Dede, before you speak, let me have Moses' opinion as well. Moses, what do you think? He hasn't said anything so far. So, I feel the heat. So between Napo and Jane, who are you choosing as a
So what do I do? Do I correct the misconception before I...
Correct it.
It's about to go down.
Because I have something to say about... I have something to say about what Mali said. I have something to say about
you give me your opinion first before you talk about what
so
I
the
said.
political gods have been very fortunate to us when it comes to their parents. They've given us an opportunity to see the two of them within the same domains. Napo was educational minister.
Yeah, and so was Jane.
Yeah, and so was Jane. And the Professor Jane, thank you. The highlight of any minister is that you're supposed to come up with what? Strategic policy directions. That would be the gold medal for you that would say that, okay, you're able to excel in any position.
Okay.
Clearly, she outclassed Napo. She elevated colleges of education to universities. That alone is a fundamental move by Professor Jane Nana Agyemang.
Okay.
What do you have to say for Napo? Nothing. He's made no serious policy considerations during his time as what? Minister.
Okay.
So if we're going on a versus level, he's failed in that regard.
As
an educational minister. Okay. Under Professor Jane Nana Agyemang, Ghana was the best WASI nation for 4 years consecutively. In the WASI, we performed. Yes, 4 years. When it comes to WASI, we performed the best within the West African countries. So this is the one that has shown competence. Her track record is stellar. So when it comes to education, that is it. Now let's talk about the women card. Now in our parliament currently, about 14% of the membership of our parliament are women. 40 members of parliament are women. The rest of the 275 are men. Now, we need someone to be the poster woman for the girl child. And there is absolutely nobody who fits the bill than Professor Jane Nana Agyemang.
Yes, sir.
Academically, she has set the pace. First female vice chancellor of any university in this country. Now, let's come to what we say about, she's giving us, Walter was saying something about textbook analysis and all this. Let me explain something to you. We have seen politicians in this country, and we know what they can offer. It is time for us to look for an outsider. And the person who's giving us the outsider vibe is what? Professor Jane Nana Agyemang. She's not here. She doesn't care about your pet politics. And when you take time to listen to what she said at her unveiling, she told you clearly that she's not your through and through politician. She's just here to set things right and contribute her quota to uplifting the nation. So you can't expect her to act like your regular politician because she's not. And that's what we need. Genuinely, that's what we need. Because we see what our politicians can do. They come sweet talkers with political talk and all that. I've always said that if this country should change, we need people who are different to the norms that we already see. And Professor Jane exemplifies that. You made a point about the fact that she doesn't appeal to market women. That is a big lie. Because currently, just recently, there was a market activation. I've just forgotten the name of the market. But once she stepped into the market, if you look at the scores of women that want to engage with her, this is a woman that relates to everybody. She appeals to everybody. Now let's go to fashion. It hurts me.
Yes.
Okay, it hurts me a lot. If the criteria, because if you look at it from a political marketing perspective, the criteria for any candidate should be competence, integrity, and vision. There is absolutely nothing.
There is no space for fashion.
It has no consonance with fashion. Okay, and you can't expect her to give up the vibe that Kamala Harris is giving because her age doesn't permit those things. You get it? But you can't tell me that her outlook is not one that is regal and elegant in nature. You can't tell me that.
Walter.
Okay. So,
Wait.
So
Walter, you can't expect her to dress like a Kim Kardashian.
yes.
That's why I made
But the
it
focus, let me finish.
Wait, you want to finish?
Yeah, let me
It looks
finish.
like you are addressing everything to Walter, so Walter would have to save his
So
head.
I didn't land. So let me land. So the focus here is that we're not looking at fashion because if we're looking at fashion, she's a presentable candidate. She's not someone that if political analysts were taking off whether she's appealing or she's not appealing, aesthetically, they will say she's not appealing. She's appealing. She's giving up the mother vibe. This country needs a mother figure. And that's what Professor Jane is offering. So if, as a Gen Z, that you should be thinking about the future of this nation, looking for leaders that resonate with us in terms of competence, integrity, and vision, she's the right fit. Now let me come to Napo before water. I'm a political animal. Napo is a good candidate for the NPP internally because of his Ashanti roots and his ability. He has a sway over the party boys. And let me tell you, there's only one reason. There's a singular reason why the NPP chose Napo, to consolidate their grounds in the Ashanti region. Nothing more, nothing less. Because any sane, reasoning, right-thinking member of the society, looking at his track record and his political utterances and his demeanor, that he's being deemed as an arrogant person, especially coming from a party that already has a track record of not.
Well, the Ashanti Hini cleared that the Napo is not arrogant.
No, but and I have mad respect for Otufo. That is his perspective. But you see, truth is different from opinion. What we've seen and what he has displayed is clear. You can't come on, and you see, that's why I keep thanking the political gods. Two of them had unveilings. One used her opportunity to map out her vision for the nation. The other used that opportunity to disrespect arguably one of the greatest Africans who have lived in the last millennium. Someone who has contributed his entire life to this country. He used his opportunity to do what? To damn the integrity and image of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Once he had an opportunity to reassure Ghanaians that, okay, yes,
you are a best fit for that. You are the card for that.
The Bawumia and Napo ticket is going to restore to us the years that the locusts have eaten. But you had the opportunity to do that. And what you did was throw shades. And you come back with a flimsy apology that we do not understand. Saying that Ghanaians do not have a better understanding of English language. So clearly, he would win the ticket for the NPP internally. But the elections in December is done, sealed, signed, and delivered. John Dramani Mahama and Professor Jane Nana Agyemang are our next president and vice president, respectively. Period.
That's what you think, and that's what you know.
That is what the facts have shown. Polls have shown that you listen to the wishes of Ghanaians, they are swaying, even neutrals, because of the attitude of Napo and Bawumia. Even neutrals are swaying because they know that Ghana is a de facto duopoly state. Whether we like it or not, we'll have to choose with the two. Cheddar's time. it's not now. So what I beg you chop your ministerial position very soon. It's not now. The neutrals are swaying in favor of because of the posturing. The posturing of Mahama. For example, let's even take the energy crisis. Let me give you an example. John Dramani accepted that yes, there were challenges, but he fixed it. When you have the opportunity to engage the fourth estate of the realm, the media, and even just admit that there are challenges, what did you tell Ghanaians to do? To go and create their own Jumso timetable. So clearly, he's shown that he's not ready to be vice president, but he's ready to show loyalty. I'll give him that. His loyalty to the party is stellar. I'll give him that. But to be vice president of this country should be a unifying factor. And your first audition, you failed it. There's no chance.
There is more room for improvement. Maybe, hopefully.
A leopard doesn't change the spots. What you do is what we've seen. And you see, I can give you numerous occurrences where he has misspoken. For example, there were latrine issues within the senior high school levels, and he was engaged. Press briefing, you were engaged. Talk about the issue. You tell us that yes, there are issues, but if senior high school students are able to, forgive my language, defecate into rubber bags, then there's no problem. What reasoning goes into this communication? And this is who you want to be as vice president, where there are problems and you're refusing to admit it. Come on, me, if you're a leader, I understand that in leadership there are challenges. For me, I'm not saying that everything should be rosy. That's what I'm saying. But once a leader is unable to admit their fault, there is no hope of what? Rectifying the situation. There's really no hope.
Right. Walter.
Yeah, I understand where he's coming from, judging from his fashion sense. But like, I genuinely want to say this here. I admitted that both of them, that Jane, absolutely, she's got, she has a track record of, doing well. Yeah. I admitted her acknowledgement that what she has achieved and all of that, which is cute and all. If I am to choose between the two, obviously I'll go for Jane. But I just feel like work on something. It's just, I'm not saying give us, tank tops or anything. Do you understand? I'm just saying, just work on it. I feel like this is an opportunity for her to, give us more African-oriented fashion sense that would appeal to not only Ghanaians, but then the African continent. Right. And now that's because she's making history, I feel this is the best time for her to like put on more African attires in more stylish manners. Absolutely. I'm not coming from, I know everybody thinks, Walter thinks fashion. Yes, I love fashion, but I just feel like, absolutely, I agree to all those things she has, the ability, she's a perfect candidate if I'm to pick between the two.
Okay.
But I just feel like we need to work on something. Something has to give.
So, according to Walter, Professor Jane has everything you guys are saying, and it's more. But one flaw out is
On
her
my
outlook.
side.
According to Walter, is her outlook. Khadija, you wanted to say something, huh?
He said he has no problem with her policies.
Exactly.
He's all for her, but his only problem is with her fashion.
Exactly.
How come when the previous presidential candidates were coming, they were male? You didn't think of fashion. You did not create a new criteria. Okay, fine.
You didn't see
So
me at
right
the time.
now, why not comment on Napo's fashion outlook? Why is it that when it's always with a woman, you always have to call out her appearance? It is not your body. She's not here to sell out herself as a top model for the country. She's standing to lead the country, and she's qualified. You have no business with how she looks. That is not part of the whole agenda.
Yeah, even from
Y'all are not even listening to us.
he's shifting the standard because even with Napo doing his unveiling, he wasn't spectacular.
Yes.
When you talk about that's my problem because you see, because I thought the comments are very, very skewed and gender biased. I don't want to say misogynistic, but they are because Napo's outlook during his unveiling was not spectacular. He was wearing ordinary casual clothing. So when you come and talk about someone who gives up the vibe, and when he says she should be wearing, then it begs the question if he truly follows Professor Jane. Because African fashion.
The main thing he
African
pointed out
fashion.
was
What you are getting
the main thing he pointed out was her wig.
my issue here is that I just want to ask Walter one question. Does he believe that if she represents our international stage, it would affect her ability as vice president?
What do you mean?
If she's going to represent us on an international stage, conferences, summits,
And
has
she
to
has on
and
a
her current
beautiful
her current
Does she have on
That
a
way
beautiful
she looks
attire?
right
her
now.
current persona, does it affect her dealings with international stakeholders?
For me, that's what it's my point of view.
Let me hear from Dede too. Dede has been quiet throughout this whole conversation. What's running in your head right now?
Walter, why? Why? Haven't you done enough?
It looks like today you guys came for water.
No. I don't want this coming to
kind of like in the mud, and it's sad.
Should we get up, kneel down and beg you? See, first of all, you see with Napo, I feel someone is at his office, writes down what he has to say, then he comes to deliver it to us. Because everything he says, actually, it's like a lie. It's like you watching a Barbie movie and knowing what's going to happen. For real. And you saying the fashion sense, fashion or they'll call him for. Like we need policies. Like she has proved herself. Me, no matter what, Nana is the perfect candidate. She is. Women deserve that chance to be over there.
Let me just clear the air. Let me just clear the air.
Let me president one
You've been clearing the air since.
Can you please allow me? I just want to clear the air. I just want to clear the air. I'm not against women. I love women, like my mom, all of that. Like I love women. I love everyone. I'm not saying that because she's a woman, I'm questioning her fashion.
Okay.
If you give me the chance to question the others, that's Mahama, Napo and the others, obviously I'll comment on their fashion.
Okay.
They need to also work on it. If that's what you want me to talk about, they need to also work on their fashion sense. I feel like the coat is becoming too boring and they need to work on something. If that's what you want me to do, fine, I'll do that.
What should they wear? What should they
African
wear?
prints. People are not even getting what I'm trying to say.
You can never get what you're
Promotion
saying.
of our African culture. That is what I'm trying to put out here. I don't expect you to understand.
Guys, we need to hear.
I don't expect you all to understand what I'm saying. That's
Okay.
just my point of view.
Exactly.
Opinions are like noses. You all got noses. They're not the size of your nose. Is not the size of Akobretu's nose. So I don't expect you to understand.
Exactly. So okay. So Khadija, hold on. Let's
It's
Akpe.
not even funny. The joke you just cracked ain't funny, bro. Listen.
Sorry. It was actually, I was laughing.
Wow.
Not to me, at least not to me. It wasn't at all. We are talking about womanhood here. We are talking about motherhood. We are talking about women. We are talking about girl child. What are you trying to say? You were talking about her fashion sense. Now you are digressing. You are trying to tell us that you are saying that she should portray African culture. If there is anyone that is representing us right now, who is a lady, it's her, bro. If you don't know, let me tell you. You were talking about wig. We are adopting wigs. Wig caps aren't from us. So if you're trying to say you want someone that can represent us and represent us well,
so wait, guys, Khadija, calm down, Walter, calm down. So if I heard Walter right, Professor Jane has every quality. Once again, I'm repeating it. I said it, and I'm saying it again. Walter says Professor Jane Nana Opoku has all the qualities that will make a good running mate and a good vice president. If there is anything, listen, don't speak, listen. If there is anything he thinks, emphasis on he thinks, she should work on is appearance. He thinks the wig is not given, right?
Yeah.
So he didn't say he should wear she should wear a better wig or any bone straight or my hair. And he said that real correct. He is not saying Professor Jane should wear anything fancy. Just work on her appearance. That's all he is saying.
And my point of view is also that there's because you see political brands differ.
Right. So
political brands differ.
So that's your opinion.
Yes, the person we are positioning as the next first female vice president of this country is not someone who is focused on fashion. Okay. She is a mother figure. So policies and vision. Yes. So her focus is not going to be appearance and fashion.
And that's your opinion.
Getting the job done.
Great.
Yes,
that's your opinion, and that's Walter's opinion.
I have no problem with
right.
that.
So let's wrap up. So in wrapping up, let's talk briefly about Cheddar's Big Six and the unveiling as well. So exactly. So let me start from the minister for Cheddar's side, Walter. Right. So Walter, what do you make of the max again and having us guess who the Big Six is going to be?
Cheddar just knows how to get us. Like he just knows how to work us. Because can you allow me to?
Please let him. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Walter, speak.
Yeah, I'm saying like he really knows how to get us. Cause the whole Big Six thing, it was so spot on. Because look, we've seen NDC and NPP and they've been in a shit show. Like let's admit it. They've even gone as far as talking shit on the real heroes of our who really worked. So I just feel like the whole Big Six thing really works. So what I think he should do is to make sure the people that are in there represent the young people, represent young voices, both female and male, who have good fashion sense, and also people that are grassroots people who can go on the ground and speak to the people. I feel like if this is looking at all of that, and also people are equally intelligent, please, people who are equally intelligent, who can put the work, not give us textbook things and then go on the ground and do.
So that's what you think should be in the Big Six.
Yeah.
Khadija, how about you?
For me, I appreciate Cheddar. I love the way he's innovative in the way he brought about his entire campaign. I also read some of his policies, and one of it is decentralization, which is something we really need in Ghana. Yeah. But my guy is too controversial. He's always... I heard this thing about him saying he was going to bring a sea from somewhere to Kumasi or something.
So it's dredging. It's not bringing the whole sea from Accra to Kumasi.
But then, I just didn't get it. It didn't...
And
I was all for him.
He explained it perfectly.
That happened. And then I was like, you know what? I'm for women. So I'm back to my people's.
Right. Akwe, how about you?
For me, the whole competition for me this year is not NPP, NDC.
It's who?
If I am going between them, it's NDC and the New Force or Cheddar. Those are the two qualified candidates.
For you?
Yes.
Okay. Akwe.
Okay, I think Cheddar is mysterious and he always wants attention, but he ain't got my attention. Because you woke up one day, slap billboards all over Accra. We didn't know who you were. Then eventually you came out. Now you want to unveil your people to you. You are giving us a mask? That's very interesting. I've also read about his policies. He has a vision, but I think he needs thorough preparation towards this thing. This year is definitely not for him. We have already decided as young voices, because we know who we want.
Speak for yourself.
We, I am speaking for all of us here, except Walter, who is so crazy about fashion. We ain't fashion. We want people who can drive our future to something. So
you think Cheddar is out?
Cheddar is out. He wants attention. He's always having it, but not mine. Period.
Great. Dede.
So to me, cheddar is boring as a milky donut. For real.
Really?
He's
You don't
so
think the
boring.
whole big six, paying homage to like previous Kwame Nkrumah's big six and all that, is not really giving?
What do we want to see again? We are not ready for this. Move to the next person. It's so boring.
Moses, speak to me.
I'll give my props to Cheddar. I think it's just the timing. You see, the validity of any candidate has to do with the timing. And it's going to take a lot. He started winning over people like Walter. So it's going to take...
What do you mean by life? Like, how are you in the fashion sense? He's really fashionable.
Can I make my point?
Make your point.
I allow the minister to speak. He's trying to build a niche for himself. I think he's doing really well. But it's the timing is wrong. 20, 30 years. Because the duopoly is entrenched. So it will take a very long time for you to conscientize people's mind to consider a third party. Okay. But with the big sis, I understand where he's coming from. He's always said he's an Nkrumahist.
Yes.
So he's always going to draw inspiration from there. Now, my advice to him is that he says the big sis is for those who are going to help him steer the affairs of the country. I'm always very expecting that he's already started an agenda to court the support of Gen Z. And so the people he chooses should be people who already have a track record and are competent enough to appeal to Gen Zs. And if he does that, it would at least put him in our good books for now.
Okay.
So we make a decision 20 or 30 years from now. But he's doing really well. And big kudos to his team. I like everything they are doing.
Right.
But my heart
publicity-wise and everything in between, you think it's good as well. Malis.
Settings.
Basically, with just what he said, the whole mask idea always seemed interesting, and I never anticipated a 2.0, but we are seeing it.
A part two, like a Nigerian movie.
A part two of that. And we are looking forward to the unveiling to see what he has. And even though I know this is actually not his time, but I think it's good. He's gathering that base, and in the long run, he should be able to be like the third force to bring the duopoly we already have in the country. So shout out to him, and he should keep going. But the time is not now.
Right. So, guys, let me know what you also think in the comment section. As I always say, make sure you like, you follow, you share the link, and you subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's 3Extra TV everywhere on social media. Follow us as well. Do you think Ghana is going to have its first female vice president? And hopefully, if you follow the trends in Ghana, have her vie for presidency and Ghana having its first female president as well? Or do you think it's going to sway in favor of NAPO and the NPP as well? My name is King Kweku Mensah. Follow us on social media. Make sure you continue the conversation everywhere you find yourself. This has been GenZReacts. I'll catch you in another episode, Charlie.